Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Oh, shit.
Hello.
Y'all done up and done it. Y'all done up and done it today, Jabes. Man.
What are you talking about?
Big world out there. Little people, big world. Little people, big world.
Oh, I love that show.
Before we get started here, we're obviously live on YouTube as we do every day, right around the noonish area. You look great. How do you look? Like for the audience, it's 9 a.m. out in L.A.
Yes.
And we got 2 kids, so you got to get up early and all that shit because they're with you right now. You look fantastic. I look like a piece of shit. I do.
Thank you. You don't look like a piece of shit. You are
garbage
handsome.
human.
You are handsome, strong, and
Brave.
smart.
And brave.
And brave in certain situations. And I have a ring light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really all I think I need to say. And I think the people understand that when this light goes off, this all goes away. Do you know what I mean? The real shit just pops right out. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, James.
Been a long week. I have to be honest. I'm not saying the name of this person yet.
Okay.
That's really stressing me out. But it is like I'm losing sleep. I'm getting sick. Like, this is not good.
Well,
so when we do say this company's name, the person's name, you know, you guys will understand that it's been a long, winding, disappointing road.
What was the final verdict here with Homeboy today?
I'm not sure. I'm
Great.
still waiting for an update today.
Fantastic.
So once I get that final date and day, is when I can either completely fall apart or be like, okay, and feel a little bit better. So
moving is
not really
hard.
sure.
Yeah, moving is hard. If this motherfucker didn't put in the wrong carpet in a house, which is next to impossible. Mm-hmm. And
so brought the wrong carpet.
Yep.
The other thing I'm going to say to the ladies too is already very interesting that I get one number and Ross, you get another number, right?
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
So we started off in a really bad, kind of shady, misogynistic, fuck you way.
Sure.
Then on top of that, you go into a house with the wrong carpet and install the entire thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So Homeboy,
and then
I'm gonna set fire to fucking rain if Homeboy doesn't come through, because I got a flight out tomorrow.
Yeah. And then you act like you're a victim. Like, hey man, you know, I'm doing the best I can. This is the best you can.
Yeah.
And it's a rough one for me because I know you always say that everyone is like this. And I'm like, no, they'll do it. No, they'll come through. And I just get disappointed. I just get like, are you fucking kidding me?
So the thing about me is I assume the worst in people all the time. Therefore, when somebody actually does the correct job that they're supposed to do, I'm pleasantly surprised. And usually they become my beef fries, right? However, that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened that much in this world. Therefore, I have maybe 4 or 5 friends, and that's about it. Personally, but thank God that we can watch things happen, add a little excitement in your life, things you wish you could do to people.
Yes.
Like the jump out boys.
I would jump out this motherfucker so bad.
Same.
And take him to a field.
Yeah.
Jump him.
So here's how I feel about the jump out boys right now.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, James. What did they get?
Another one.
They got
Another one. Another one. Another one.
They got another one off the streets of New York last night. The Jump Out Boys. Big fan of the Jump Out Boys. I don't know if we coined that term. Probably not.
No.
But I have not heard it yet in mainstream America. All we're hearing is there's playing people wearing clothes. They're just jumping out of a minivan, arresting people on the streets. Oh, are they? They got another one last night, and now everywhere you go, somebody's got a camera phone on you, so you really can't get away with shit. I am a gigantic fan of the Jump Out Boys. If you are a Jump Out Boy and you see me in the streets, come on up, give me a hug, a shake. Let me take a picture with you. I'll post it on my all my shit, just because it'd be an honor right now. Celebrity is dead, so it's not like I want to take a fucking picture with Ray Romano. I want to take a picture with the Jump Out Boys. If you don't know what the Jump Out Boys are, they are officers wearing plain clothes. They're just jumping out of unmarked minivans, snatching protesters off the streets, typically Antifa, and it's the greatest goddamn thing of all time. It's happened in Portland. It's happened in Seattle. The mayor of Portland got on the news. Was like, we can't do this. Who's doing this? Where is this coming from? Your cities are out of control. Portland is a shithole. Seattle is a shithole. New York is becoming a shithole because you hate the police. You hate the NYPD. Crime is through the fucking roof now. People are shooting up heroin all over Midtown. That's what you wanted. Defund the police. Fuck them. Who cares? Therefore, it would be a lot easier for police officers and any law enforcement to wear just plain clothes, show up in a mom and pop minivan, slide the door open, jump out, zip, 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 throw a motherfucker in the back of the van and be on their way. If you have not seen the video from last night, I highly recommend you pull it up on whatever device you use and look at the Jump Out Boys. Yesterday, they jumped out and they got a Antifa protester, snatched her right off the streets. I'm going to say her, might be him. We'll get to that in a second of why. But here's how it starts in the media. So I saw this video. I knew immediately what it was. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, that's the Jump Out Boys.
Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
They grabbed another one off the streets, dude. And I'm at my computer because I was working on some contracts last night, and I'm clapping. I'm standing up next to my computer clapping at the Jump Out Boys, watching this clip over and over again, right? I'm fucking hyped. But I want to see how the media reacted. So immediately Twitter's like, something's going on with the NYPD. They're fucking taking people. They're snatching people off the streets. They're stealing people.
You can't. Yeah. You can't steal people. You can't steal people. Stop stealing people. Yeah. I won't be stolen. What do we want? Not to be stolen. When do we want it? Now.
No.
I have to say though, we were talking about. I think you were talking about this with Zach Hurd, right?
Yeah.
And we have a minivan right now. It's a rental.
Well, we have a minivan. It's a rental, but it's one of those electric ones where all the doors open.
It would be a real slow jump out, right?
Yeah, can't do it.
You need that older, boxier Astro.
Correct, Astro van
type of
sitch. That's what they're kind of using. It's not white. I mean, they're literally using like fucking minivans with like wood paneling and shit from the 80s. It's great.
Oh yes,
it's great
because that door just slam. I mean, you could slam that thing
right open. Then you slam it shut, and you're good to go. Zip, 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 and then
another one.
Another fucking protester is snatched off the streets. Here's how the cycle of the media went because I was real curious about it last night. Right, saw the video, knew it was the Jump Out Boys. People don't know what the Jump Out Boys are yet. And they're like, I don't understand. New York City is out of control. NYPD is out of control. We need to defund the police right now. We've got to get rid of all of them. Then about 30 minutes later, it turned to the protester was peacefully protesting. They were only 18. They were only 18 years old. Why is this happening? Why? I don't understand. A half hour after that, Oh, the protester was 18 years old, only 18 years old, peacefully protesting. Why is this happening? Why is it happening? And the person was trans. Okay.
Okay.
Now the person is trans.
Now they're taking trans people.
So a half hour later, NYPD is just stealing trans people off the street for no reason. Why is this happening? Because they're trans? Doesn't the trans community have enough problems as it is? Now their people are snatching them and stealing it. What's going on? Why? An hour later, we finally get word from the NYPD. Hey, man, the fucking dude who was snatched up off the streets vandalized like $100,000 worth of fucking camera equipment and all this other shit. And they had this motherfucker on video. Hence, they knew where he was. They knew what he looked like. And the jump out boys were sent in to fucking snatch up.
Another one.
And I hope it keeps happening over and over and over again. Partially for my own amusement, because I get to watch it online. And I'm like, sweet. I got another one. This is awesome. Stuff them in the van. Zip, zip, zip. Zip them up and get them the fuck out of there. I don't know why protests are still going on at this point. Especially, it's all like white Antifa members at this point. Mm-hmm. That's all we're kind of down to. So to be out there and still like breaking and destroying shit, like it's fucking crazy to me.
That's not what I'm seeing out here, but I'm sure there's other places that it is that way.
It is, yeah. So the worst of the three right now. The worst two. Let's go top twosies here: Seattle, Portland. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. If you live there. Why? Why even live in one of those cities at this point?
Why?
Dead serious. And I felt the same way when I was in Los Angeles last week. I was like, you looked at me at the end of the trip on the way to the airport, and you go, "You'll never come back here again, will you?" And I was like,
well, yeah, that's what I was saying at dinner. I was like, I feel like we need to go to Scopa or someplace. And because I think it feels like the last time you're going to come back to LA. Like, I know we'll come to Ventura, but it's like we'll drive straight from LAX
to Ventura, yeah. Bypass all of that shit.
Yeah, all of that shit. Yeah. But I think actual LA proper, where you're like in those fucking streets, I think that was it.
Yeah, I do too. And again, it reminds me of like all these cities you see on the news and all this other shit where you're just like, man, what the fuck? I know, look, because we're moving to Austin, Texas. Austin's got its own issues as well. We're living in a suburb of that. Like we're in the fucking country homes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we got some acreage. I'm not dealing with any of that bullshit, but it's rare. But what I will say is this: it's going to start happening in more and more cities. And look, we're at the crossroads here. Like with the defund the police and all that shit. Like they're just letting shit go all together. I had another conversation with a friend of mine last night who said, yeah, man, if you even have like tag issues on your car, police aren't. They're like, you're good, fam. We got bigger problems to worry about right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I drove cross country in your car with an expired tag. By the way, Jabes, and I think a lot of dudes go through this with their wives, where it's just like, oh, I didn't do that one thing, and it's that thing, or whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. When I looked at the license plate, did you know it expired in November?
Yep.
Of 2019.
Yeah.
Jabes. Yeah. Yep.
What's your point?
We were nowhere near thinking about moving to Austin at that point. So
no, but I saw a sickness coming. Do you know what I mean? And I could feel it in November. And I go, something's happening. Do you know what I mean? It was brewing.
Yeah.
So, I just thought, and I was right.
Yep, you were.
I saved us $350.
Yeah.
So. You're welcome.
Look, I feel like I'm welcome for you, but it was pretty funny, and I said, yeah, man, nobody pulled me over like all the way across the country. Like that was amazing, and they were like, nah, don't have time for that.
Yeah.
They don't have money for that anymore. It's a whole new world, which it is.
Yep.
Hollywood, by the way, is to Post Malone. Hollywood is bleeding. We're just gonna quote his song here because it's getting bad, real bad, folks. We're gonna start with last night because this is gonna affect everybody across the nation. First of all, CAA, which is the biggest agency in the world, for all of us actor folks. I was over there for 5 years, laid off half of its company last night, half the agents and about 300 assistants. They are done. That happened yesterday, and you might say to yourself, why does that affect me? Well, here's the deal. They're kind of traded like a stock. CAA Endeavor is the other one that it's kind of traded like a stock.
Yeah.
People own shares of the company. Their fiscal year ends like September 1st for some reason. You have to give a report of what next year's outlook is going to look like. And since their fiscal year is ending in September 1st, which, is upon us here in about a month, shockingly, I believe it's already September. This fucking year can't end fast enough. Yeah. That being said, their outlook, which, anybody who owns stock, this is typical for every quarterly report, essentially is very, very bleak. And they eliminated half their agency last night. Here is why this is a big deal. A company like CAA packages these big shows for Netflix, movies, everything else. That means they do not think they are going back into production anytime soon, or movies will be out anytime soon to you. Therefore, these big packaging deals, the Rock movies and all this other shit that they used to live on, private jets and fucking champagne, fucking throwing money at people, is all done. And the only way they can survive is to go bare bones now to try to figure this out. Case in point, this morning, AMC, which is a publicly traded stock, obviously they have theaters all over the country. Everybody's got an AMC theater in their town, probably. One would imagine. Their stock is now down to $4. So for the price of a Big Mac, you can get a share in AMC movies. Now, this morning they announced there is no longer going to be a theatrical hold of a movie for 75 days in a theater. Typically, any movie that comes out, let's just use, James Bond for an example. The 75 days was to keep you guys, America, from waiting till the movie comes out on DVD or digital or something else. And then therefore, it was like, hey, man, if you want to see the new James Bond movie, it's 75 days that it's going to be in theaters. You better go to the theater, buy a ticket, and go see the new James Bond movie. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see this bitch for close to 3 months, right? 2.5 months. They've been firm on this. Hollywood has been firm on this for decades. If we get rid of this model, it will completely kill our business. It is all over. Theaters will be done. This morning, Universal, which is one of the very biggest, announced a deal with AMC to cut the theatrical window down to 17 days. If I am a consumer at home or a fan of, let's say, Fast and the Furious. Fast and the Furious is Universal. It was supposed to come out in May. It has been pushed to the following May. Knowing that is going to happen now, right? If I want to go see Fast and Furious, if it's 17 days in theaters, you're down to 2.5 weeks. If I know that going in, is there a fucking movie that's going to drag me out of my house for 2.5 weeks that is not going to be on demand, that I can't see moments later, 2.5 weeks later? Probably not. Maybe Tarantino for me. Mm-hmm. I don't know about for you, Jessie, but mine is the only filmmaker. I think I am down to 2, actually, that I would go pay for in theaters. Yeah. Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan. Those are my 2 left. So Giorgio, our producer, saying Wes Anderson. No, I saw the new Wes Anderson trailer. I love Wes Anderson. I love all Wes Anderson's movies. They're a blast to watch. The new one, the trailer is out now. You can watch it. It looks exactly like every other Wes Anderson movie. I am amped for it. I am not amped to see that, though, in the first 2 weeks. I can wait till day 18 and do that. Streaming services are pumping us full of everything else that we need right now. So therefore, 17 days, I'm good on the Wes Anderson movie. I don't have to get a babysitter. I don't have to fucking pay $40 and a $9 popcorn fee and all that other shit to go see a Wes Anderson movie. Tarantino, there is a reason now that he said, I'm making 10 movies and I'm retiring. I'm done. He's got one more film left. Maybe. if he wants to.
Right.
With all this shit going on, he is a strong theatrical guy. I do not see him making a movie that goes straight to Netflix. Others have done it. Scorsese has embraced it, and he went straight to Netflix with the Irishman. Nobody went to see that in theaters. So the break of this model today that just happened this morning means the death of theaters, sadly. I love watching movies in theaters. That's why I became an actor. There was no more joy that I've ever had in this life or gratification than going into a theater and being a lead in a film that was all over America, you know? That was unbelievable to see, and that was my dream as a kid growing up. Times have changed. Shit is super fucked up now, and that is going to be eliminated altogether, because there's no way you can tell the American public, hey, man, 17 days, and then that movie's going to be on demand. Everybody's going to watch it on demand, Japes.
Yes.
So maybe kids might go just to get out of the house on a Friday night or a Saturday night with dates and things like that, where it's just like, hey, man, I'm going to a movie. But the truth of the matter is, I don't know that can even survive. I don't know that the 17-day thing can survive. Right now we're coming up on August 1st, right? All of the summer movies have now been shifted to next year. That's done. The Christopher Nolan thing, director at the top, where we're like, man, why move this movie or why wait and everything else, right? Hollywood needs it. It's a $180 million movie. If you wait, you're going to have to wait until at least next summer for this. Google announced yesterday that they're going to have all of their employees work from home, have the option to work from home until July 2021. This announcement by AMC, to me, this morning is a stopgap of, please don't let this company go bankrupt before. They probably have another 3 months left. I don't know that theater chain will be around any longer. And to me, it reminds me of what's going on in college football. With even Ohio State yesterday was like, oh, we're going to play with 20% fans, 20,000 people in the stands instead of 100,000. And that's what it's going to be this fall. And there's going to be no tailgating. That's useless to me. There is no college football this year. And that sucks. It's probably going to be moved to the spring. But you making these little stopgap announcements to try to get funding or booster money, or in AMC's case, investors or somebody to pay their debts. I don't know who you're fooling with this, because right now, not only do you not have movies to put in these theaters, but now that you've announced that it's 17 days, who's gonna go? Who's gonna fucking go? And it's sad. But I was talking to you last night about this, like with the CAA thing. Look, man, there is favors that I asked for my agent for years, or projects that I asked for help on, and they were fucking dicks about it. Just fucking dicks of like, man, this is the good life. It isn't going away forever. Fuck you. Yeah. You need me, not vice versa. It doesn't exist anymore. And if you're at home, you have to own your own content at this point. That's where to make the real money in this life and everything else. And with the CAA people, I feel upset for the assistants. Those are minimum wage jobs that are like, fuck, man, you're lucky to make $30K as an assistant at CAA. And truthfully, you're working 70, 80-hour weeks there as an assistant. They burn you to the ground. Now the agents, hey man, they were always fucking lazy in my opinion. So this is a product of your own laziness. You should have worked harder and gotten different projects out, and just kept working your ass off every day to get as much content out there, because now you're out of content and the agency is fucking done at this point. And therefore it affects the movie business like AMC. It's sad to see, but that is what's going to happen, people. And
I would probably see Last Tango in Halifax in the theater.
In the theater, sure. What is that, by the way?
Last Tango in Halifax. I just saw the thumbnail pop up on Netflix last night, and I think it's sort of a something's gotta give set in England, so it's sort of a British rom-com with old people.
Yeah.
Last Tango in Halifax. Although, Last Tango in Paris.
I do.
The Brando movie.
Yeah.
Where he
Go ahead.
Puts butter on his two fingers and shoves it up the girl's butt and
Yep.
he did it for real.
Yep.
So it was just a fun little poster with these two old people on there.
Yeah.
It said Last Tango in Halifax. And I'm not sure if they knew the connotation of the Last Tango. Do you know what I mean?
Well, to be fair, James, we don't know that it's not a remake of that movie. To serve an older audience. And we don't know whether or not Homeboy buttered up his two fingers and shoved them up the old lady's asshole. So
right.
I don't want to dismiss that because we don't know what this movie is about.
Okay.
Now,
So
that being said, am I hoping that's what happens? Yes, it is. Will I watch this movie expecting that old woman on the poster to get greased up and have a couple of digits in her beehole? You bet. Is that going to happen? Probably not. But Netflix is making that 365 porn, so.
Yeah, so you never know. And it sort of like popped up randomly on trending now. And I'm like,
yeah, it did.
Last Tango in Halifax?
Goddamn
All
right.
I wish it was in the theater. But
yep.
I guess I'll watch it on Netflix.
I guess I'll watch it on Netflix. You're stuck. But by the way, with these agencies crumbling now and AMC crumbling and all that stuff, you're going to see a lot of celebrities going to podcasts. I know we talked about it the other day. I finally got to listen to the Jason Bateman one, by the way. So it's Jason Bateman, who we love, Will Arnett, who we love, and then Sean Hayes, who I don't love.
I think he's funny. I don't like him in shows, but I like him in real life.
He is a very Martin Shorty type character to me, which is probably why you love him. Here's the thing with these guys. They can't even fill up an hour, by the way.
No.
They've got 3 shows out. They average around 48 minutes. And this is, with the pandemic and everything that has gone on, you and I discussed how all these celebrities are getting their asses exposed. Podcasting is a different beast all the way around, man. I don't even think you get good at it until you're 200 or 300 episodes in. Dead serious.
Absolutely.
You don't know what the audience wants. You don't know your own voice yet. And it's tough. It's a lot tougher than you think of like, I'll start a podcast. The new one that was up was the Leah Remini one. And you were like, she sounds like Fran Drescher from The Nanny.
Right. And this was a direct quote. So she's number 3 on the charts. She has like 2 shows. One of them she called episode 0. Like they're just so fucking stupid, but like it's named episode 0. So episode 1, I'm listening, and she's like, "Welcome to the episode, guys. What do we call it? Do we call it an episode?" These people don't even know what the fuck they're doing, and they're number 3 on the charts. So the thing is, you're just like not getting, as per usual, you're not getting the best content. You're getting the most famous people.
Yes.
And that's how it always was in TV and movies, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's going to invade the podcast space.
Over.
Yeah. And look, you're going to, the people you used to love celebrity-wise, now you're going to hate, and that's what's going to happen. Now, watch for Apple to move into the podcast space in a major way and then start picking off these celebrities and giving them their own shit. Because now they've got to find a way to make money as well, since there's going to be a movie shortage and a TV shortage and all that shit for a while. Look out for that, because that's a coming too, Jabes. I can promise you Apple's going to try to jump on that train. Wouldn't be surprised if Amazon did as well. Anything that anybody else does, they kind of try to copy it in a shittier way. They're great at sending packages in 48 hours. They're not so much in original content. And I still, Amazon Prime is still a mystery as far as like what I'm going to watch on there and all that shit. Now, what I'd like to see back is Live PD back on the air, baby. Now's the time for Live PD. If there was ever a time for Live PD on the air, it's now.
Right.
Speaking of which, the ratings came out for A&E. The entire network of A&E. The entire network, not just the show Live PD. The ratings have collapsed by 54%. Get woke, go broke. You want to take America's favorite cable show off the air in Live PD? That's it. I want to see the Jump Out Boys in all of these cities, dude. That would be the greatest fucking live programming of all time. If we got to see the Jump Out Boys mixed in with Live PD, best ever.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
The best ever. If you're going to treat police officers like shit, you might as well be exposed on camera live on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be great. Let's let the fucking
I
jump
don't
out
know.
boys in every city. Let's have live PD back on the air, and then we can really see some shit.
I didn't understand taking live PD off only because you want that to be on the air, right? Like you want to be able to see what these policemen are doing.
Nope, they're policemen, Jabes, and they're evil.
You don't even want to see them. It's just too triggering. Is that what it is?
We've got to end police officers. We've got to get rid of Chase, the cop from Paw Patrol. We need to get rid of everything.
Please don't steal me. Please don't steal me. Please, I'm a human. Please don't steal me.
Oh, I love it. I love the fucking jump out boys.
Another one.
I want to see that replace it, though. It'd be great. So now A&E today is saying, we're going to revisit live PD. Ah, you don't say.
Oh, are you?
What?
You think it's over?
What?
Did you solve it? You solved it?
What, James? There's no way. The
Well,
police
they
are
solved
bad
it, though.
and
They
racism and
took
everything
it-
else, protests.
They took it off a little bit. They took a little break. They felt like they solved it. They felt like they solved the problem. And I said this in the beginning. I was like, the only thing that they're really going to take off is shows that are not really making that much money. People that are, we're going to leave the show anyways. And
Yeah.
they're going to do it to make you think that they're. Now, when they took off live PD, I was like, oh, shit. That
Yeah.
show was like their main shit. Like, that was crazy.
It was cable
They
TV's main
realized
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. They realized it was a mistake, clearly.
Oh, well.
And they were like, "Hey, wait!" It's like they were in a meeting, and they're like, "Hey, wait, guys, did you guys take off shows that were good?" And the other executives were like, "No, bro, we took off shows that were getting canceled anyways. Like, what are you talking about?" And they're like, "Oh, fuck.
Yep.
We took off live PD, dude. We thought we were all taking this shit off the air."
Yeah. Not
They got
anymore.
boned.
I got bones, son. Get woke, go broke is what is happening, and I can see into the future. If half of your network audience has left, I think live PD will be back on the air sometime around next month, the end of next month. Let's face it, it's live, it's PD, but my only request is let's throw in the jump out boys.
Another one.
Japes, I want to give you get some more shine today. Not only
Okay.
is she beautiful, she's talented, she's finding stories faster than everyone else. I feel like this is the only place to go for your news these days. We're gonna hear it honest. We're gonna cut through the chaos together. This Ellen shit.
It's not going to be popular.
It's not.
But we gotta say it.
Gotta
we
say
gotta
it.
say it.
Got to do it. Got to live it. Got to be it. This Ellen shit with Ellen DeGeneres is really ramping up now. And you called this months ago. We talked about it the other day. I actually read the report last night of the complaints of the people. The work environment was toxic and it's terrible and blah, 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 blah. I read the reports. I did not think, and I'm not a gigantic Ellen fan, so I really don't give a shit either way. I didn't think the things that she was being accused of or the things that were going on production-wise were that much of a stretch. However, that is production these days, and everybody's a fucking snitch and a baby. And, I want to be treated fairly and with respect and treat my race and gender and all my fucking shit right. No, dude, production is dirty. It is grimy. Nobody cares if you're a man or a woman or whatever, as long as you can do your fucking job every day. Don't go to HR with your stupid bullshit. One of the remarks in this HR thing was a black girl was super offended. It was racism. It's racism on Ellen. Apparently, she was walking down the hallway at Ellen, and she had the same hairstyle as another black girl that walked there, and she was called this other girl's name. And she turned. She was like, "Oh, that's not me. I'm the other person." And she was jokingly saying, "Oh my gosh, I think white people do really assume that all you people that everybody looks alike, right? The black people look alike." Offhanded, light joke about it, and just kind of moved on with it. You know, like when you're in those situations, and it's happened to me, and I'm saying this because it has happened to me, where I've called a black dude.
I don't think anybody would be surprised by that, Ross.
Sure. But it happens to a lot of
So-
people, and whether you want to admit it or not, it does, right? James, I don't have to bring up your Asian theory. Like, you think all Asians look alike. So where are we?
Yeah, but I don't say it to their face when they're working for me. Carry on.
You have. But it was in a joking manner, in passing. It was in jest of like, super sorry, blah, 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 right? Things like that happen. You feel awkward, and when it happens, I know I do, when I call people the wrong name or anything else, and I was like, it's a fucking dumb white person thing, right? And that's essentially what she said and what it was, right? She said, look, that's a dumb white person thing. I apologize. Like, I guess we all do really think you look alike. Blah, 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 blah. Is that hardcore aggressive racism that you need to go to HR over? Like, no, I don't think so. Some of the other things where they were complaining about going to the green room or restocking food or things like that. It's just like, bro, pull your fucking shit together. Pull your fucking life together. All of these are production problems. I don't see a problem with that. Now, the problems that you were mentioning about Ellen DeGeneres, about her being a fucking bitch at restaurants and all that other stuff, like, that's unexcusable. And you're like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. So if my thing is, like I said, when I first heard about it, these people in production or people that she worked for were, treated unfairly, yelled at, whatever. To me, before I heard other stories, I was like, look, it might be like a Mike Myers situation. Like, he was thought of on Wayne's World as like a dick, right? But what the real deal was, he was trying to get things done that they weren't letting him do. He had a fucking vision. He wanted it done a certain way. This was his, like, the movie that was going to make him, right? And he wanted it to be perfect. And when people aren't fucking doing their job, or they don't care about things the way that you care about them, it's frustrating. You're the boss, besides like berating them, being racist, stuff like this, like, you're going to be a little bit of a dick, right? So that's what I kind of thought it was. But more and more stories, like so many stories of just normal people, whether it's a makeup artist that, a YouTube makeup artist that came on the show and Ellen was just like, not nice, not cool to her. She wasn't famous enough, whatever. To like the way that she talks to her staff in front of celebrities, as far as like, don't talk to them. You don't need to talk to them. Don't look at them, whatever.
Right.
Waitresses, people that she gets coffee from, like people that have worked for her in her house, like pretty much at this point in her life, she's also a piece of shit. So that's when I started to take notice of like, I think this lady's a fucking bitch, and she's hiding under this guise of being the nicest woman in Hollywood. But when you're giving away Shutterfly's money, right?
Yeah.
It's just Shutterfly. It's not you.
Sure.
It's not coming out of Ellen's bank account.
Right.
So are you really, I always was just like, are you really that great? You're picking these people that you feel like are going to have this great reaction. If people don't have a good reaction, she's not fucking nice to them.
Right.
And she's just a bitch. Like, she had a house in Ojai. I don't know if she still does. I would see her in grocery stores. She's just a rude, smug looking bitch. And I was always like, okay, maybe she's tired, whatever.
Right.
But I know now that she's a bitch.
She's a fucking animal. Production wise, one of the things that you brought up was in this report last night of, one of the employees was like, you think she's helping people and she cares about these people? She doesn't care. She's just giving money away in cars and all that other shit. Like,
they're not hers.
Right. But to me personally, do I fucking care where it came from? No,
I don't.
I don't. Look, and genuinely, when we've watched the show and she helps these fucking weird viral people or, stories or sickness or, the fucking kids who are homeless and all that shit, like, I don't care where it's coming from. At least Ellen did it. Somebody did it. So I don't really have a problem with any of that shit. I don't.
I don't have a problem with it either, although she's one of those celebrities. There's a short list of celebrities that do this thing where they use their Instagram, their platform, to ask people to give money and donate, but they themselves give nothing.
Sure.
So they sort of feel like that alone is like help enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're rich
where they're
as
giving their
fuck.
time. Yeah. Sure. I'm going to read another quote from a couple more quotes from here in this report. One of them says, I think the executive producers surround her and tell her things are going great. Everybody's happy. And she believes that and goes on about her day. Well, if that's the case, what the fuck are you gonna blame Ellen for on that one? To me,
Yeah, I mean,
this is typical production shit. Those jokes that you were saying about like around celebrities, she was telling the staff like, don't look at them, you don't have to talk to them, all that other shit. I can definitely see her saying this in jest. And again, I'm not a fucking Ellen fan, so I have no reason to stand up for Ellen whatsoever. But all of this shit that is described in these reports, to me, is normal production shit. And I don't know why. I guess you're gonna investigate everything today. It is, yes, but look, she's fucking 62 years old. How long has she been doing the show? 20 years, probably.
Yeah.
At this point. She probably just wants to show up. Yeah, she's with the executive producer. She goes out, does her fucking job, leaves. That's it. She wants to go home, move on with her life. There was a rumor that she was going to quit 2 years ago when her contract was up and just be like, dude, I'm done with this. I'm smoked. I'm doing this every single fucking day. And it's exhausting. If I'm Ellen right now, and I read the same report that came down from HR that's is circulating right now, I quit the fucking show and say, great.
Yeah.
You assholes want to fucking bitch and moan about typical production shit? I'm out of here. Then you're not going to work at all. Because guess what? Ellen doesn't need you anymore. Ellen's rich enough. She can do whatever she wants. And she's 62 years old, man.
Right.
Fucking bounce, dude. I would assume on a show like that, there's probably over 100 crew members. So if all these people and all these assistants and all this shit are coming together and bitching about you, leave.
Right.
Leave. You don't want jobs. You don't want to work. Like, congratulations. Fucking leave. But whatever she's like in real life, who fucking knows? Yeah, she could be a crazy bitch. I don't know. But on this show, as far as this production standpoint shit goes, no. And if you're that sensitive about it now, the problem with this cancel culture bullshit like this, you're going to try to cancel Ellen. You're going to cancel your own fucking job. And right now, there's not a lot of jobs going around. So I would be real fucking cautious as to who you're canceling these days. The funny thing, though,
she laid all these people off.
Well, the network did. So the network across the board is furloughing everyone. And it's like, dude, it is not Ellen, man. It is the network that is doing it.
So that's what I wanted to say, too, is a lot of these complaints are against like producers, executive producers. There's a lot of moving parts in a show. I don't think people understand that. Ellen isn't in charge of a lot of that shit.
Right.
I mean, she probably has final say, final look, whatever, but she's not in there. She gets, cards when she walks in, workshop something, whatever. But like, you, in a lot of these things that people are going after certain people, I'm just going to say, I'll say Weinstein, right?
Yeah.
There were so many moving parts around him and people that had to do these things that the amount of people that are at fault and just as horrible and just as shitty is a lot.
A lot.
You know what I mean? And it's not scared assistants and stuff. It's very powerful people that are like on his team.
Yep.
That are like keeping these things quiet, doing these things for him, going after people that are making claims. Like, there's a lot of people involved. We do live in this world like where we just think the actor makes the movie. They make the whole thing. They write it. Those are their lines. They've shot it. Everything.
And it's not the case. And with the layoffs that you were talking about on the Ellen show, right? First of all, the network does that. There was some complaints in here from some of her crew members that just said, I don't understand why Ellen didn't pick up the tab for the crew members and all this other shit. Here's the thing. She cut her salary. The people at CAA, the top 3 agents decided not to take a salary this year, and everybody's still getting fired. Like,
right.
You're not really stopping anything right now. And with the stimulus the way it is, you're getting, $600-700 a week or whatever it is. And it's like, what's more important for the long run and who and why and all that shit. Like, I'm not going to pin it on Ellen.
No.
For
and
that,
again,
but,
there's writers, directors, producers, executive producers, assistants, like all these people that are, and the point that some people were making is that it all comes from the top, right? So if these executive producers or these producers are shitty, it's because Ellen told them to be, and it all comes back to her. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I think these producers get fucking power hungry and they're fucking Ellen and they know these kids are scared. So whatever. I mean, again, there's so many people, like, I've been to that show too, but there's so many people involved, like behind the scenes.
Yep.
in the crowd. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many people that I find it hard to believe that the production part of it is completely her. But I think that's only coming out because she actually is not a great person, right?
You want to get an honest answer out of her. You call in the jump out boys and
Another one.
zip, put her in the back of the car. Then you're going to get some honest answers out of Ellen Japes. You know,
I was talking.
I apologize for that.
That's all right.
But I think if we wanted to get Ellen down to some brass here, throw her in the back of a fucking van, zip her up, and you'll get some honest answers out of Ellen. Wouldn't you like to see that from everyone these days right now?
What?
Just some honest answers. It's really going on. It's really going on.
Yes and no, right? I think this the way that we're doing it now is a lot more fun.
Okay.
Theories, conspiracy theories, what's going on, what would be the fun drama, the fun juicy scoop. It's way more fun for me right now to approach things the way that we're all approaching them.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. No facts needed. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
Just a Reddit and a 4chan, and you're fucking good to kill somebody.
Not at all. I got a question to ask you here as a lady. You know, you move into a new place, neighbors drop off some stuff to your house. Is there anything that would creep you out? Somebody drops something off. Talking about Kate Beckinsale today. She moved into a new place, and she got a fan found out where she was. She got a settling gift, you know, like a nice little housewarming gift on her porch. It was a bouquet of flowers, which is very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. And
classy.
And a live rabbit.
No, in like a little cage.
Yep. A live rabbit who was named Marble. The flowers
that's going right in the fireplace.
The rabbit?
Oh, you can't have a rabbit. What do you the shelter's not going to take it. I mean, it's got to go right in the fireplace.
Just put the rabbit directly into the fireplace and call it a day. She
don't even get attached in any way.
She wrote on Instagram, the flowers have a note, she says, besides crouching down beside the rabbit's cage to examine the cute but bizarre gift, and said, "Why have we got an adult rabbit here just chilling out?"
It's an adult rabbit?
Yeah, it's an adult rabbit. It's not a small one. It's an adult one, Jabes.
Trash.
Yeah. Her last statement on her Instagram was, "What the fuck is going on here?" I don't know that answer. Is it a strange flex to drop off a live adult rabbit at somebody's house? Maybe.
Sure.
Maybe it is.
Yep. I don't even like when people give me a plant. Do you know what I mean? I don't like when people give me more work. Okay? Like, I think that you should just be able to choose that kind of stuff that takes work.
Yeah.
You need to be able to choose the time and place. But
man,
gosh,
and it goes
weird.
on in this article to say the Pearl Harbor star urged her followers not to send animals as gifts, and has revealed that she found a loving home for the rabbits. Why did you have to say Pearl Harbor? It's Kate Beckinsale, you know?
Yeah.
Come on. We know who Kate Beckinsale is. Yeah, dude.
Serendipity, right?
We don't need
Serendipity star.
Pearl Harbor? Bro. Come on. For Kate Beckinsale?
Yeah, that was not her opus for sure.
No, it was no one's opus, dude. I thought it was going to be Affleck's. It wasn't.
Yeah. Every movie is supposed to be Affleck's opus, and it just never really pans out.
Even in Gone Girl, like, the girl
even in
stole
Gone
that
Girl.
movie. Yeah.
Oh, God. Even in Gone Girl, he was passable. You know what I mean? Like, it was so deliciously mediocre. It worked.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
since Good Will Hunting, he's been trying to fucking chase that dragon, and it hasn't quite panned out. The Town, great director. He actually
he's a great director. He's a great writer.
Director.
He's a great writer too.
Great writer. But when he gets in front of the camera to do those fucking monologues, the whole thing just falls apart.
Yeah.
It really just falls apart.
And in other Affleck news, I love him. I love Ben. I love Ben Affleck on drugs and alcohol. There was a tat.
Is he back at it?
Well, I can't confirm it. I don't know. Is it my secret hope? Sure. With movies not being made anymore, I don't know what the point is now. He should just spiral out of control.
I think he got some Adderall.
Oh, really? Well, look, there was a picture of him bending down yesterday to pick up something off of the street, maybe some dog shit. He's dating a 24-year-old model.
Good for you.
Good for you, Ben.
Good for him.
Yeah. Or as Cole Hauser would say, good for you, Ben. Good for you, babe.
Yeah,
proud of you,
sure.
babe. We're fucking proud of you, babe. The tattoo was the most alarming thing. Is his entire ass crack hanging out of the back of his pants? Yes. Happens to all of us. Happens to the very best of us. But what happened was when you see a full crack, and it was a good 5-inch crack. This wasn't like an inch or, a couple inches. This whole goddamn ass, essentially. Like we were maybe a centimeter away from seeing that beehole. That's how much it was out. Directly to the left of that ass crack was the tattoo of the famous phoenix rising from the ashes that he has that encompasses his entire back. Very colorful. Some might say too colorful. Turns out that
it's the color part of it. If that was like a black and if that was just
maybe.
like
you're right.
ink,
you're right. Yeah.
It could be fine. Then you add to it whatever. Now you're a sleeved fucking dude. Whatever.
Yeah. So
the color of it.
With that, you go 5 inches there, and you could still see that tail going all the way down. And I think that dragon's tail, or the phoenix, whatever you want to call it, I think that probably extends down to the thigh.
Okay. A little wraparound.
A little wraparoundy type of deal.
A little wraparound Sally.
Yeah, a little wraparound Sally with that tattoo, which is a lot. I thought we'd seen it all when he was on the beach, a year ago, whenever that story broke, and I was like, all right, maybe stop there and maybe never do that again. But no, that tail just keeps going.
Seen anything
Nothing yet.
Yeah.
Now the question I have for you, James, is does it wrap around Sally the thigh and then come up to the scrot? Like, is that the final gesture? Like, like the scrotum is his cauldron, and that's where the dragon's keeping warm by the cauldron at nights.
It would be the only way that tattoo would be redeemed.
Right?
Is if there was a little bit of a sense of humor down south. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be real, real funny. I'd be here for all of that.
I think the whole thing is hilarious, but since it is so serious for him, like,
yeah,
it's hard. But
the Chainsmokers, Jabes, are back in the news. Chainsmokers. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. They take a lot of heat. Go listen to the fucking Chainsmokers. Go listen to their Apple Essential list right now. Bangers.
I mean, they take a lot of heat.
Bangers. Just that they're cheesy and fucking dorky. Giorgio's shaking his head yes over here. Just that they're cheesy and fucking dorky, and the music is fucking. It's not real EDM, man. It's fucking pop. It's from fucking bullshit. Whatever, man. I've blasted my load to it, like that Closer song.
Huh?
Yeah, Closer. Like
okay.
Baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover.
I actually hate that one, but
I love it. I don't give a shit.
But I do like other songs of theirs. I'm
able to recognize hits and say, all right, great. That may not be for everyone, but that's a goddamn hit, and congratulations, right?
Sure.
They played a concert, and they took a lot of flack for two things. The opening DJ, it was a drive-in concert in the Hamptons, which, if you were there, good on you. Chances are you're not worried about COVID or anything else in this life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything more rich than that? A drive-in concert in the Hamptons?
No.
It's great. It's great. Big fan of that. But this one, people were just all out raging, and the opening act was like a banker. I don't know how much he paid to be the opening DJ for the Chainsmokers.
Okay.
It was a banker, but they were bitching because they were like, nobody was social distancing, and we saw the pictures from the stage and all that other shit. I went to one of these drive-in concerts. We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
As soon as the real pictures emerged today, they did everything properly. You can make a fucking camera look like anything you want, but in this snitch society we're living in, Jabes, even the Chainsmokers can't have a good time in the Hamptons. Where are we? Where are we as people, as humans? You know?
I didn't know they let Karens into the fucking Hamptons.
Well, it depends, man, who Karen's husband is. If he's
that's
wearing a
true.
pink polo, collar popped with an AK, congratulations, you're getting into the Chainsmokers concert in the Hamptons.
Right.
You know, if he's middle management at Dave & Buster's, not going to the Hamptons. Karen's not going to the Hamptons. So, I'm looking at the pics now that they released today. And they said, look, man, we did it. I went to one of these. Yes, they did the right thing. And you're not as close as you appear. You can make anything look like that, and it's all fucked up. Every news article these days, every single one, man, I question where I'm like, is that real? Is this fucking real? And 9 times out of 10, it's not real. Even last night, jump out, boys. They're snatching people.
Yeah.
This fucking motherfucker defaced like 90 police cameras. Like, yeah, dude, they're going to get you back for that. Hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of damage. Chainsmokers were social distancing. Just be honest about it. You weren't at the Chainsmokers concert last night. You were not in the Hamptons. You did not get to go. Therefore, you saw some pictures online.
Pissed.
Yeah, you're pissed. You're pissed.
Pissed.
And you went out and you said, "Oh, the Chainsmokers are social distancing." We recorded the audiobook in Los Angeles last week for the third St. James book. Comes out of Thanksgiving. As the sun rises, it dawns on him. And bunch of actors came over to read all the parts and all that shit, and we had a great time. Shout out to everybody again. Ryan Kendrick, shout out, Jessie, Merlin, all those guys. It was a blast. Afterwards, people wanted to take some photos with the cast and say, hey man, this is a fucking crazy, unique experience that will live forever, which these books just keep going, especially the audiobooks. Jesus Christ, they go forever. And people love them. And they were amped about it. A couple of the actors posted pictures online on Facebook and were bombarded by casting directors who said, you're not social distancing. You guys don't think feet apart. You can't be with the... And they had to pull down the pictures off of Facebook because they were worried about not getting jobs. And I'm like, dude, yes, most of it, we're all pretty much 6 feet apart, even though I don't even believe in that shit. I had asked everybody before they came in. I was like, hey, man, do you guys fucking care or do you not care? Are we cool?
Yeah.
Are we fucking snitches? Everybody was cool. Turns out everybody else online were the snitches. You guys aren't social distancing. How can you do this? This is why our city's burning in L.A. No, that is not why the city's burning in L.A. Go just take a peek, sees right outside your window right now and see the fucking 80 million homeless people that are in the streets shooting up, taking a piss in toaster ovens. That's why your city's fucking crumbling right now.
Right.
It's not the actor online who is reading an audiobook who is less than 6 feet apart in a picture. It's everything else that you guys will refuse to believe in your fucking wonderland that is not happening. Because this is what happens when you don't tell people, hey, man, quit doing shit, and it's just fucking chaos everywhere. So, congratulations. What we need to do is not defund the police. Start giving more money to the jump out boys. Snatch up some of those casting directors. They're not doing shit for a long time.
Another one.
Put them, zip. Put them in the fucking van, dude. Get them out of there. We got some sponsors, James, to pay for this whole motherfucking show to be on the air. Surprisingly. Not surprisingly, actually. I'm going to stop saying that. We are the source of news for the world, James. I'm going
to talk to a lawn guy really quick.
At your casa?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to leave you to the sponsors. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel fine about it. Can we put up a cardboard cutout of you like Major League Baseball? When you have to go?
Give people time to look at this wire, zoom in.
Yep.
Find the serial number.
Hashtag,
so you know where I'm being held.
Find Jabes. Hashtag find Jabes and save her. Go ahead. I'll do the sponsorship. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 30% off for anybody who is a member of the military. The police, if you're a first responder, if you're a teacher, if you work for the government, you're getting 30% off of everything. at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. If you're a regular civilian like myself, you're getting 25% off. When you order a mattress, you get 2 free pillows. The fucking deals are not ending there. They've got a 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest on that. So all of the deals that I just mentioned at the top are applicable with that. Therefore, if you're going to be stuck inside your house and whatever bullshit's going to happen, if you're in Seattle or Portland or even New York, man, yeesh, it's a mass exodus in New York. Get a fucking mattress to sleep in, man, because it's going to be a long haul, brother. And nobody's doing it better than ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Next up, we've got StrikeForceEnergy.com. Strikeforce Energy is the premier energy drink in the biz. If you're not drinking Strikeforce, you're not doing your life right. Here it is, kids. Tasty, tiny little tin pouch. You rip it open and squeeze it into any liquid available, and you're good to go. This shit lasts longer than fucking 5-hour energy. I can tell you that. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten, if you give a shit about that. If you don't, well, it's in there anyways, and there's nothing they can do about it. They ship everywhere in the entire world. And as always, they've got a subscription that will get you. What will that subscription get you? It'll come right to your house in a 10-pack, 40-pack, or a 750-milliliter bottle. So you're good to go. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. That's everywhere in the entire world. They ship. Promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. And it comes in the box the same that you get at like 7-Eleven and all that other shit. So do it, do it, do it. Last but not least, Jabes, we've got ExpressVPN.com/revolution. Revolution!
Oh, that's a good one.
Real good one, Jabes. Real good one. Now's the time.
Times.
Yeah, man, your queues are empty. You can go and fucking bootleg every Netflix and Hulu app around the world. You can go watch shit in other countries right now. If you go to expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros Revolution today, they will fucking tell you a step-by-step instruction on there how to do it. Super easy. It also helps protect you against hackers and all that bullshit who are coming after your goods. And let's face it, man, now is the time. Now is the time to protect your shit. $7 a month. Runs seamlessly in the background of every single electronic device you have. And you're good to go. Go to expressvpn.com/revolution today. If you sign up for a year, you get 3 months for free, Jabes. I think it's time. And it's a bold statement I'm making here. I think it's time that we say that Taylor Swift is the greatest female musician of all time.
Okay.
I am not a Taylor Swift fan. Really don't like her as a person or any of her shit.
Keep saying that, but you really like a lot of her stuff.
I am able to appreciate hits. Same with the Chainsmokers, same with everybody else. Look, as much as I make fun of Nickelback, look at this photograph. It's still catchy as fuck, and they wrote hits, and they're worth. Chad Kroeger is worth $80 million because he wrote hits. Taylor Swift, rain, shine, pandemic, China, whatever, man. She keeps bashing people's faces in with hits.
Right.
Just finished listening to her. Just finished listening to the new album Folklore by her, and it is totally different than the other albums she's put out. A lot of piano. Bon Iver's on it. It's incredible, and it is.
I loved it.
Entirely different than anything else that she has put out before. She's constantly topping herself and constantly making albums, full albums that are great. And as much as I dislike Taylor Swift, thinking about it, because you were listening to it with me on that drive down to the airport, down to LAX. And I turned and I was like, man, I think it's time. I think it's time you say she's probably the greatest female musician of all time. Now, I was dipping back into my catalog. I'm trying to think of others, right? You might say Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston didn't write her own shit. Whitney Houston has the greatest voice of all time.
Right.
But she is not the best musician of all time. Taylor Swift writes her own shit, plays all her own instruments, all that shit. Like, I can't quite name anyone like her, to be honest with you. Like, I was thinking about Madonna, right? Madonna is a pop star, maybe the biggest of all time, but she doesn't write her music, and, she's a terrible
not
singer.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Taylor Swift is a great singer. She plays her own music, writes her own shit.
Adele.
Adele,
I mean,
but Adele doesn't write her own music. Doesn't play any instruments.
doesn't?
No, doesn't play any instruments. Doesn't write most of her
she
songs.
plays piano. Yeah.
So she's a pianist?
Yeah.
9-inch pianist? What size pianist would you say she is?
Nope.
Nope. Not gonna play along with that. 5-inch pianist.
No.
Okay. Cool. So it's find me anybody else. If you're in the message boards right now, there's a lot of people who are like, "Fuck you! I can't believe this is just crazy." Tell me one that is better than Taylor Swift. I don't like her just as much as you guys do. Like, and no reason would I go out and buy her shit or all of it. Like, the only thing I liked about the documentary was seeing her work ethic. But all of this shit is contrived and everything else. And but you can't deny talent.
You've listened to every album.
Correct.
That she's put out.
Correct.
Front to back.
Yep. Every single one.
And you think she's amazing.
I think she is the best female musician there is.
Mm-hmm. But not a fan, huh?
No.
I'm just sort of wondering what you define
Great question. Great question. So each album that comes out, I'm expecting like a huge failure. And I'm one of those people. I guess you would put me in the hater category of Taylor Swift, where I'm one of those people where if she puts out a fucking shit album and it's all over, then it's like, all right, great. I don't have to hear about her bullshit anymore. And I know a lot of people are like that about Post Malone. Everybody is waiting for Post Malone to fail. There is a lot of people that hate him. A lot.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people,
they're just like,
they don't understand it. They don't get it.
Yeah.
And I think because the amount of hits, same as Taylor Swift, they're ready for that downfall of like, fuck you, man. You're not that great. You're not as great as we thought you were or you thought you were. Same with Taylor Swift. I listened to that album fully expecting, I was like, all right, she wrote this during quarantine and then jammed this out. Can't be any good. Drake just did it with a mixtape and it sucked. No, it was brilliant. And I don't like her. And I was listening to it hoping to fail to come on the air and be like, Taylor Swift, fuck her. And then Taylor Swift, blah, blah, blah. I can't say it. And I can't name anybody who's as prolific as her who's done it for that long. She's putting out albums at 14 years old.
Yeah.
Full fucking albums. Like, go back to the old albums. Endless hits on those goddamn things. I mean, it's mind-altering. So as far as musician-wise, like, I can name a lot of great female singers like Aretha Franklin or Whitney Houston or Christina Aguilera. Playing your own shit and making full wall-to-wall albums that are great time in and time out. Like, it fucking sucks to say, but it's true. She's probably the best, man. You're not going to get an argument out of me anymore over it. I'm sorry. You're not going to. And for anybody who's a fan of just music in general, the fact that she put out another hit album is great for the world. Yeah. I enjoyed that weird drive with you.
Yeah. And it was like through LA and it was all fucking over and it was perfect for like the time.
Throw on the Bon Iver track.
There's
and
a lot.
Drive anywhere or after a breakup or anything, and good luck telling me that's not great.
Good luck. I can't wait to do it. You know. So, but you know, there's a lot of artists right now that are just sitting on their albums because they want to wait to see when they can put them out and make money, and that's another thing I like about her. Like, she just put it fucking out.
Yeah.
She put it out.
Yeah.
There's people with fully done albums that they have been holding on to since the beginning of the pandemic because they know they're not going to make money releasing it. And it's just like, fuck you.
Yeah, dude. I'm with you. And here's the thing. If you were truly great in this world, somebody had asked me about getting writer's block. And I said, I don't believe in it. It's not a real thing. Because it's not. If you were great, you should be able to do the thing that you were great at all day long, anytime, anywhere, any place. And that's what I feel about the statement you just made with all these other artists and Taylor Swift. To Taylor Swift, just another great album for people. Fuck you. I'm sure she'll have another one out next year. Not a problem for somebody like that because she's great all the time. The people who are truly great will just put out great shit, and that's the way it should be. If you're hoping for touring and all this other shit to come back, I don't know when it's coming back. Nobody does. If you want to ask, or listen to the Danny Warsnop episode on Drinkin Bros, the lead singer of Asking Alexandria, they've all told them, and Birdsall was on the show the other day. They've all told them fall of next year, man, fall of 2021. Be prepared that you probably won't be able to tour until then. So if you're holding back an album as an artist right now, hoping to tour immediately, and then, no, I don't think you can right now. And I think it would benefit you to put shit out like this. I really do. Last thing I want to talk about, you and I, yesterday, we're talking about next week, how huge it is, right? Biden's going to announce his VP pick next week. Of course, he's old as shit. At this point, you might as well just give up everything and just say, hey, man, here's what's going on, and I can't remember anything, and I'm not going to hide anything, and everywhere else. He gave a very, very small speech yesterday. Mm-hmm. Lightning fast, because you can only count on him for about 10 minutes these days.
Sure.
Announced it by saying he was in the wrong place. And he goes, I don't know where I am.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eesh.
Yeah. And that's how that started in whatever city they were in. And he was like, I thought we were in this other place, and I don't know where I am. And I get it. They need to get him off the stage as fast as possible. During that speech, he had some notes written down. There's cameras everywhere these days. Everything you write or carry with you or whatever is going to be photographed. In this photograph, in his notes, it said that Kamala Harris was going to be his VP. So,
okay,
we'll see. Does that tip it for next week? Maybe. He's saying no. He had to release a statement today saying no. I'm still considering other people, and we're still vetting all these people, whatever. Like, it was written down in your notes, Joe. You took him up to the stage, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's pretty much over. And then there was Politico, the popular, obviously politics publication, that ran an article on accident, they claim yesterday, saying that Kamala Harris was also the VP pick. So I think,
all right,
we have our winner there.
There's that.
Yeah. And look, if this is true, I'm just kind of digesting it now and looking at this story and kind of thinking about it. I got a few questions here with Kamala Harris as your pick. She's from the state of California. You have that state. Democrats already have that state. I would have chosen a swing state that you don't have, perhaps a Florida or maybe a state that you're hoping to turn blue, like a Texas or North Carolina or somebody like that. I'm not sure what picking someone from California is necessarily going to do for you. Is it a woman of color? Yes, that's gonna check that box, obviously, right?
Right.
However, this in particular woman of color has a very, very long history of in the state of California of incarcerating black men for worthless crimes like weed and other shit. That is a laundry list that they're now going to be able to exploit. It was exploited during the debates. She got fucking drilled over and over again during the debates. Now they're going to really start doing some digging here and find some cases and start to really latch on to those Republican-wise. If indeed this announcement is made next week. So I'd buckle up for that and see what happens. But it seems old Crazy Joe let it slip out. By the way, the picture they've posted on this, impeccable handwriting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I will give it that. I don't know. It appears as if maybe he is, or maybe it's a lady. I can't tell, but the handwriting on this is really great. But on the Kamala Harris, he's literally got 10 notes of her, of how great she is and why she'd be great for things and things like that. Right. It's just whoopsies. Yeah, and it's on his letterhead. So there was no getting around it of that was somebody else's. Right. The letterhead says Joseph R. Biden Jr. So.
Yeah, but that could be.
You might as well put your street address, your social security number on there.
Are we sure? I mean.
When I saw it, I was like, oh, man, bring on the debates. I'm ready. I'm
Ready.
ready. I'm
Ready
ready.
for the show. We're ready for the show.
So I know I said on this show numerous times I was looking forward to sports coming back, which I am, and I'm glad they're back. I threw on some baseball last night and do some contracts and bullshit. It's nice having sports on in the background. There is some positive news to report as far as sports go. This is breaking news as well. I said college football season was done, which I truly think it is. Now, the NBA, on the other hand, has put all these players in a fucking bubble. They all got tested as they're getting tested, every other day, every 2 days or 36 hours or whatever it is. 344 players in the NBA in this bubble. 0 have tested positive for COVID. So that is very, very positive news. To have the NBA back would be fantastic, and it's supposed to start tomorrow. So that's a big deal. No players have tested positive for COVID, and it looks like all systems go. Same for NHL, by the way. So hockey playoffs are about to start as well. So the NBA playoffs. 0 tests in each league. That is a very, very positive sign. So at least we can have football back. But I'm telling you, when those debates come up with Joe Biden and Donald Trump, we could break all of the records, and I will be front and center. James, we might have to do it live from our new studio. I think that's the only way. Just do a watch party of the debates.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, I think it's a must. I want to say they're in the middle, or the first one's in the middle or the end of August. That'd be great. I'd be really down for that. That'd be a blast just to see what's going to happen. I'm nervous thinking about Joe Biden going on stage.
Right.
Just talking, it's like I feel like a parent watching your kid in kindergarten at a play, and he's got like 3 lines, but he doesn't fuck it up, where you're just like, please.
Oh, yeah.
Do the hand motion or do the thing or whatever. Yeah.
Smile.
Yeah. That's what it is, James. That's what it is. Give me one more thing for the Jump Out Boys. Give me one more protester. I need a few more chants out of you to end the show today. I do.
Please don't steal us. Please don't steal us. Stop stealing people. When do we want you to stop stealing us? Now. What do we want?
Not stolen people.
When do we want it?
No. Oh my God, they took someone. The Jump Out Boys. They got
Another one.
He was an innocent 18-year-old vandalizing
everything in the city. He was just he was so innocent. He was vandalizing everything in the city, destroying thousands and thousands of dollars in property. I don't understand why he got arrested, why he got snatched up off the streets.
You can't steal people.
You can't steal people. Yes, you can. And the Jump Out Boys are here. If you know one of them personally, send them the link to this show. Let the Jump Out Boys know that we're with them. And I want to see a live Jump Out Boys show. A&E, embrace the fucking madness. Bring back live PD, followed by live Jump Out Boys coming to you hot from Portland, Seattle, New York, LA, wherever the Jump Out Boys are needed. Let's go back to back. If I were you, looking at the ratings that you just put out, and you're down 54%, stack it up. I'd do 24 hours of half of it, 12 of live PD, the other half of 12 of the Jump Out Boys. Call DJ Khaled and just buy this one line from him. So every time they snatch somebody,
Another one.
the Jump Out Boys, they are a coming home. They're coming home. Fuck yeah, they're coming home.
So loud, dude.
Is it?
So loud.
I apologize. But I don't.
Right.
Go to Ross Patterson Revolution on iTunes. Give us a quick 5-star rating and a quick review. It'll help scoot us on up the charts so we can be ahead of your favorite celebrities that are now switching over to podcast because they are out of work, including Samantha Bee. Oh, now she's got a fucking show. Her show drew like 40 people on fucking TBS. Now you're going to have a podcast about it? Good luck. Have fun. Go to iTunes and rate us. Hopefully we'll be with Spotify soon. We don't have to deal with this shit. But we will figure it out, kids. We love you. Thanks for tuning in. We're here with you Monday through Thursday every single week. I'm sorry I look like a piece of garbage human trash, but James is the real face of the show. Last but not least, Ruben Schneider has been undefeated in getting in the room here on YouTube. We love all you guys.
Where are you at?
What's that? Oh, it's Ruben's birthday, too, they're saying.
Oh, my goodness, Ruben.
Ruben Schneider, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, Rube.
For the audio-only listeners, on YouTube every day, we're trying to make this a thing on YouTube, but, we keep getting shadow banned and all that other bullshit. We got the Nooner crew that shows up every day at noon, and we are fucking amped, right? These are the people that keep that show going. Ruben Schneider is always the first in the room, James.
Yeah. I mean, so it's appropriate.
Yes.
It's his birthday. He's first in the room again.
Yeah.
We've got all our peeps and some new people too,
Nico the Greco says he will be back on top. He was number 2.
Oh, did he let
number 2 in
Ruben
the room today?
Did he let Ruben be first for his birthday? That's nice, Nico.
Yeah. But shout out to all the Nooners out there. Big Dick Danoff, Julia Kirkus, Doug Samar, the Hawk, Moose Cholak. I'm a big fan of that name. Always have been, always will be. Reed White, Nico the Greco, of course. Kelly Belly Dances. Love that name.
Does
Rihanna.
she? Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows if she does or if she doesn't? And Scaredy Cat. I don't know if Scaredy Cat or Ivan is or Corey Roper. But Ivan says, it amazes me that Javes puts up with Ross. I agree, Ivan.
Hey.
I do.
Ivan, you're my favorite. You're hired.
Yeah. She is a sunflower growing out of my cracked sidewalk of a life. And I love her, and I nourish her with as much sun as I possibly can, but I'm still a cracked sidewalk. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Buenos tardes, everyone.